What's up, everyone? It is your girl Jaguar Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my top 10 luxury and high-end quads. So now I do consider the Huda Beauty 9 pants quads just because of their size. You may not, but I do, so they'll be included in this video. But we're gonna start off with those, and then we're gonna get into the luxury stuff. Cause I consider Huda more high-end and luxury, even though her eyeshadow palettes are $65. But a lot of her other things are more in the affordable line, which is why she kind of falls into high-end for me as opposed to luxury. So we're gonna start off with, of course, the Wild Obsessions collection. So I have Jaguar, Python, and Chameleon. So I'll start with the one on top, which is Python. This is what it looks like on the inside. The quality of these is really nice. Now the quality of this one is my least favorite out of all three, but all of them are way better than a lot of the other quads she's come out with. And y'all know I'm not a neutral lover, or else, you know, I might have put Tiger in here. But Jaguar's still in here because, well, I'll explain when we get there. But I love the color story of this. I wish we hadn't put this brown in here. I wish she had put like a colorful matte in here, because we have these two colorful mattes, but it's like I rather would have had one more colorful matte and then just kept this as a transition shade to go along with this, and this transitioning shimmer right here. But otherwise, I'd say the color story on this is fine. The quality on this is pretty good, considering the quality of some other ones she's had in the past, so that's why I got to be included here. So that is number 10. Number 9 would be the Chameleon one. Although this looks like it's quite a colorful palette, you gotta think this is just a warm tone palette with a pop of purple. If you take out the pop of purple, it just looks like a whole bunch of other neutral palettes, and you put one burgundy shade in here, and you know, they call it a day. But the pop of purple is what makes this look more colorful than it really is, so don't be fooled by that. It's still quite neutral, but the quality on this is really, really, really good compared to a lot of her little other Obsessions palettes, which is why it is number 9. I feel like this whole collection was just done the best out of all her Wild Obsessions, besides, like, you know, the Nude Obsessions one. That one is really good too, but we know I'm not a nudes girl. But here I sit with the Jaguar palette, and here is number 8, because the formula on this one is even better than the one I showed before. So it's like it got better and better in each one. Now this is a more of a smoky tone neutral palette with a twist, which is why I got to be in here, because y'all know I'll do a smoky eye in a minute, and that's my soft glam or my neutral eye look for when I don't want to do a whole bunch of color like I have on right now. I can do something simple like this and call it a day. So this one to me is my neutral moment, and the quality on this is absolutely wonderful. This was in one of my best eyeshadow palettes of, I want to say it was 2021, last year when these came out. They were in my best stuff because it was that good. So that is number 7? Yeah, 10, 9. Well, sorry, number 8. So number 7 is going to be Photosynthesis from Tom Ford. So now we get into my luxury quad. This is actually the first Tom Ford luxury quad that I bought. I saw the color story of it, and I was like, yes, it's for me. So if you see the color story, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all know I love these type of tones. It's like got a little nice neutral moment in it. I like the fact that this shade is the matte, as opposed to assuming the brown shade was going to be the matte. So he gave us a colorful matte, and then he gave you some neutral tones to put with if you're more of a neutral girl. And then you have this fun duochroma shift if you want to have a more colorful look with it. So I really like this quad, and the quality on this was actually really good. Because I hear the quality on all Tom Ford quads aren't that great. I have not tried every single Tom Ford quad in my collection, and I actually have a pretty decent collection, but you know, you can get them at the Fenty Cosmetics store for like dirt cheap. So that's how I end up with a lot of them, like the one I'm about to talk about now. Pretty Baby is number, what is it, 7? No, sorry, number 6. It is a purple lover's dream. As you can see, it just has a whole bunch of gorgeous purples in it. So what I'll do is, I like for the editorial brights palette from Vizier, or one of my all matte palettes, like I could put this with the blends palette and just put these shimmers on the lid. They are simply stunning shimmers. They look really nice on the eye. I don't think this is the wet to dry formula. Don't quote me though. I'm not really that versed in Tom Ford quads, because I feel like they're overpriced for a lot of time for what they have. I don't think it's worth all of it, but I'm not into like a lot of subtle eye looks, which is probably why I don't really reach for my Tom Ford quads ever. But because I have a luxury makeup channel, even though I dabble in all types of makeup, but luxury is like my favorite when it comes to complexion anyway, I felt the need to have these Tom Ford quads, and like I said, I got them for like a good deal, so I was like, why not? So number 5 is Daydream. It is another purple quad. So Tom Ford likes purple apparently, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Again, gorgeous stunning purple quad. It has, I think this is wet to dry formula. Again, don't quote me, I'm not sure about which ones are wet to dry formula and which ones aren't. The late great Mel Thompson was really good at informing us. She had a whole collection, so there's a collection video from her if you're interested in which ones are wet to dry formula and which ones aren't. But I just love the color story of this, and that's what I go by when I buy my Tom Fords, how the color story is. And I love the color story of this because these are my types of tones. So that's why it got to be number 5. Plus it has, because I think it's the wet to dry formula, it gives better impactful shimmer than Pretty Baby does. Not that I don't love Pretty Baby, because, you know, it's purple as well. So sometimes when I want to do purple looks, I'll think about reaching for these. I always end up reaching for the anhydrous though, just because it's so sparkly, reflective, and wonderful. I don't feel the need to, you know, reach for other things. So y'all should have known that this was coming next. The rest are going to be past McGrath quads. This is Interstellar Icon. This came out in 2021. So this is from last year's collection. And this is what she looks like on... Wait, no. This isn't last year's collection. This is 2020's collection. 2021 had a different set of quads. My apologies. But the quad from that collection looks really similar. That's why in my mind it was. But these are the ones from 2020. This is what it looks like on the inside. Now this is one of her quads that's actually made in the USA. It wasn't made in... not in USA, I think it's made in China. It wasn't made in Italy like they normally are, which was weird because all her stuff, no, sorry, it was made in the USA. I just read it on the back here, but the color story of this is simply stunning, and it's not like it was bad quality. It's just more when you're used to her quads being made somewhere else and then they're made in America instead. It was interesting. I don't know if it's because she had to cut down on resources, or they were low on resources, because it was like, you know, when the pandemic got really big and started off. I don't know what is going on with this box. Behavior though. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know if that was what was going on. That's why she had to make some of it in America, and she started off in the Italy, and that's why, because the what is this, the Risque Rose from the same collection, number 4, was made in Italy, but everything else from that collection that year, like Florida Lee, I believe that's the one that everybody's least favorite is, was made in the US along with that one. But that one turned out fine. I don't know if it's because it was pastel colors that they tried to make in the US as opposed to in Italy like this one. But this was my favorite one out of the whole collection. It's like I could just tell the quality was different in this than all the other ones. And then when I found out this one was made in Italy and the rest of them were made in the US, I was like, it made sense, because the formula on this one is truly exceptional, which is why I was above Interstellar Icon, because y'all know I love colors like that, especially those like blue brown shifting shades. But the formula on this is so much better. Like this flecky shade right here is everything. This matte pink is lovely. This is a nice little inner corner shade, and then you got this dark brown. So this one is easily my favorite from that collection that year, which is why it's the highest up in our ranking. But there are other quads from Mother that are just absolutely stunning and the best out of everything she has ever made. I feel like you should know what they are. So I feel like you all should know what the top 2 are and know what number 1 is going to be out of those 2. But, you know, we'll see. So we got Ritualistic Rose. And these are the Blissful Astral quads. She only came out with 1 set of these. And oh, how I wish she would come out with more. So number 2 is Ritualistic Rose, like I said. And look at all the sparkly shimmery goodness in this. Oh my goodness. Like, these are what my dreams are made of. When I think of Pat McGrath's quads, these are the first quads I think of. This one and the one that is number 1, since this is number 2. Like the shift in this shade right here alone is stunning. And it has all the sparkle and glitter to it. Then this is a nice metallic glittery shade. All the shades in here are stunning. I feel like these are the 2 I would put on the lid most often, and then these 2 are the ones I would put in the inner corner. But honey, if I want a sparkle from Pat McGrath and I want to use mattes from other brands, I'm automatically thinking of these 2 palettes. Now, y'all should already know what number 1 is. It's going to be Nocturnal Nirvana, of course. This is like my all-time favorite Pat McGrath quad of all time. I mean, like, out of every quad she has ever made, this is it. Well, I almost dropped it, y'all. I would have had to cry. But, yeah, so, I mean, when you see it, you'll know. Look at this. This shifts from like green to I think like purple, if you will. Then I got a blue, a greenish purple shift, and then a purple. She always has to put a gold in there, so there was the gold in here. But I feel like another color could have been put in there. But it's fine that the gold's in there. I don't care. I'm more concerned about these 3 shades right here. And this is number 1 for me. Like the sparkle and glitter in these are just so amazing and beyond. Like they are worth the price point that she charged for it, in my personal opinion, because she's a luxury brand. I feel like indie brands could have did the same thing, because there are some indie brands that do have sparkles that look nice like this. But you know, I will allow Mother to charge me the outrageous prices for this packaging and, you know, like this formula, and she did, and I'm fine with it. So those are the top 10 high-end and luxury quads that I had. Let me know down below if you own any of these and which one of the ones I talked about were your favorites, especially from Tom Ford and Pat McGrath, because I am curious. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.